Alright guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be tackling the Embla trials, and honestly the Embla trials are really difficult, and this is probably one of the easiest bosses. So you guys have a day, about 24 hours maybe from the release of this video, to get a good score in this trial. Hopefully they release easier ones, but you can't say for sure, so take it now with a grain of salt. Do this if you can. And I just want to give a shout out to another YouTuber, because this is the one who I got their idea from. It's this guy, vivid. You can't see the full screen, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I got it from him, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. And yeah, I'm kind of plagiarizing the idea, but honestly I just want to spread awareness, because holy cow, I've been searching for a good team, trying to get a good Embla trial score, and I could not find any until just today. So I want to give a big shout out before anything. And yeah, the team consists of this: Gabrielle, Clara, Gaius, Intisar, and Meredith. Now, I tried swapping things around using different espers to fill in the key roles, filling in key attack down roles, miss rate up roles. Honestly, it has to be this team, almost entirely specifically this team, and I'll tell you why. So the current round is the total annihilation. Basically, enemy Emir deals plus 75% damage to non-flow espers, and at the end of the turn she'll gain AP plus 15%. This is not that bad, because in comparison to the other previous trials, they were a lot more debilitating, right? Like in the previous trial, Embla would splash damage 50% onto another enemy, onto another of your allies, which is really hard to keep up with in terms of damage at the later stages. And there were other rounds as well where if you had the corrupted seed on you and you dispelled it, your whole team would get cooldown +1 or something like that. It's insane. So this one's just okay, she deals a bit more damage, she gains her turns a bit more, but it's not that insane. So when it comes to the teams, you want to have your Gabrielle. The Gabrielle's there for the buffs, but more importantly the attack down on the enemy team. Attack down is going to be really important because Embla stats skyrocket, and so you want to make sure that her damage is kept in check. You don't really want, I mean, defense up on your team is really nice, but you want attack down on Embla more than anything, right? And obviously the immunity is better because you want prevention on the enemy Embla. And honestly, I'll just go through this while we're in the game. But yeah, in terms of Gab, you want immunity on your team, and you kind of want her at R6. That way she'll deal lots of damage, but also deal the attack down, and that will stay long for, and the immunity will also stay long for on your team, which is really good. And now in terms of the healers, you want Clara and Meredith. Meredith will do a ton of damage as well, because she has her S3, which does damage based on HP percentage. If you guys watched previous videos on Meredith, then yeah, she's insane for this. And Clara is really nice because at R2 she provides that extra immunity for 2 turns. So basically you kind of have 5 turns of immunity, 3 on Gab and 2 on Clara, spread throughout the game, which is really nice, and that will sort of prevent corrupted seeds from happening for the most part. It won't be as detrimental, and yeah, you really don't want these corrupted seeds landing on you, because holy cow, they do a ton of damage and those bleeds are no joke. And the nice thing about Clara and about Meredith is at their different respective levels, and I think this is Meredith at R6, they actually provide overhealing, and this overhealing shield is really nice because at any given moment Embla can counterattack you. This is the annoying thing about this boss, is that she has a 25% chance to counterattack all the time, and it's really nice to have all this overshield and over health, because when she tries to attack you, well, you're covered basically. And it's really nice because yeah, you kind of need that extra layer of coverage, because there's so many things that could go wrong throughout the entire fight. So having all of this immunity, having all this shield is really nice. Now, when it comes to your DPS, you want Gaius and you want Intisar. Intisar is, in my opinion, the most important esper of this lineup. Obviously, the supports are really nice, but even if you have all the supports, it's not gonna matter if you don't have the damage and if you don't have certain things about it. So Intisar, she'll provide stealth for herself, which means she's not gonna be really a target that Embla will tackle, which is nice because obviously your DPS are squishy and you don't want her to be getting attacked. Now, aside from that, on her S1, she provides miss rate up, which means if Embla has misrate up, she will crit less likely. And when she attacks the supports, which you kind of want her to attack the supports because they have the higher HP pool, she won't crit. And not critting obviously means less damage, which is insane. And yeah, in terms of the misrate up, which is actually really important, Intisar is one of the only decent choices to provide the misrate up. I tried it on a different account. This is my friend's account, by the way, because I don't own Intisar. But I tried using different misrate ups. I tried using Yun Chuan. I tried using Alexa. I tried using Catherine, and none of them would work because it just doesn't hit as hard, especially because Intisar is a flow type, which means she'll actually have the elemental advantage, which is really nice. And obviously as well, on her S3, she has extra chances for the attack down and for the defense down. And those are both really nice because obviously the attack down, as mentioned previously, Embla stats skyrocket, and so you want to keep that in check with an attack down. But also defense down is really nice because it just makes it so that, well, you don't want to have this trial last forever, right? Because if this trial lasts too long, Embla will have more chances of killing you or messing up the run. So you kind of want the defense down to quickly speed through the run, in a sense, not like speed through just like marathon it, but speed through, like not sprint through it, but like marathon through it, in a sense that you don't really want this to be slow. You want this to be relatively fast, and yeah. Now aside from that, Gaius is going to be the second DPS, and the really nice thing about Gaius is the fact that he has the buff blocker. Now the thing about Embla is that her S2, she will steal one buff, and this is actually very dangerous because if she steals the immunity buff, this could ruin the run entirely. So you want Gaius to be there to constantly strip, to constantly apply buff blocker, and to make sure that if she does steal it, you can strip it off. And honestly, I tried doing this a bit on manual. Manual would be better because that way you could choose when to swap out of Gaius's god form when you so please. That way you can, for example, let's say right now, okay, yeah, that's perfect. She stole the immunity and now she has it, right? And obviously you don't want that, so you're gonna go you're not gonna use this. The AI might use the second skill here and just hit into the immunity, but you definitely want to transform out and just remove it completely. So you might prefer manual just because, for example, Gabrielle, if she had her S2 up, you don't want to use the S2 because she already has defense down anyway. Or for example, in Intisar, if she doesn't have a misrate up, you might want to force using a misrate up or not use your S3 or something like that. Yeah, just a bunch of things like that. Manual might be better if you have the patience for it. I don't, but yeah. And it's kind of sad because you kind of need a lot of things to line up. You need the R6 Gab, you need the R6 Meredith, you need the R2 at least Clara for the immunity. You need a lot of things to line up, but honestly, this is still one of the easiest bosses so far to get like a pretty high score. And the other bosses, 3 million was unimaginable, but here it's kind of winnable. So yeah, I don't know how long this run will last. I'll just keep on playing it, but in addition to that, I'll let another run that I had recorded play after this video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, yeah, guys, with the strip and the buff blocker, which is really, really nice. And yeah, this is kind of the ideal team. Everything just sort of lines up. I tried swapping things around and it just didn't really work. So yeah, for all the other mid-game or end-game players, this is the team that you want to use. Unfortunately, for newer players, there's no way to cheese this, and I'm very sorry for you guys, but you will just not be able to get EX++ easily. Maybe EX++ right now, because this specific trial is winnable. But yeah, aside from that, that's pretty much it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something, and yeah, give a huge shout out to Covivid. Please follow their channel. This is very informative. I didn't want to steal this video, but as much as possible, this was impossible to come up with something, so I want to spread awareness about this Embla trial. And yeah, that's my main goal about this, because holy cow, this was so difficult. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Get out of here.